Okay guys, here's something a little different. We're at Hot Rods by Dean, and Dean has made some amazing builds over the years, and it just so happens that JB Donaldson has a Zephyr in here getting a few things tweaked up on. So we're having a little visit, and I'm not sure exactly how this video is going to go, but we're going to have a look around. So Hot Rods by Dean. Okay, this is Dean from Hot Rods by Dean. How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Good. I wonder if you'd mind showing us around your shop a little bit. Tell us what you're doing here.
We build pre-70s hot rods, muscle cars, street rods, pro touring, race cars, customs, and everything in between. Usually older muscle cars and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And hot rods and 30s and 40s and that type of stuff.
All right.
And you are currently standing in the assembly area. So this is where some of the cars get finally put together. We got this Carroll Shelby car going together. We have the Stingray 33 three-window coupe.
Wow.
Currently going together at the shop here.
Yeah, they must be near final assembly because the paint is amazing.
Well, thank you.
Wow, looks so great.
And through there's a little machine shop where we do some machining, and nothing fits these days, so everything needs a little massaging to get to go on to something.
Right.
And then over here to the right is kind of our where they come out of the ground, where they get fabricated and started to put together, putting chassis under things and building, where they all get built to start it from. And the left side of the shop is our parts room and mechanical service repair type stuff. Okay. As well as we do manufacturing for like Tri-Fi Chevy core support systems and dash gauges and stuff like that. So we're kind of all over the board in different things we do.
Now you mentioned to me that you're working on a Mercury truck.
Yes, a Mercury pickup truck. There's the bed of it right there.
There it is. Okay.
This is the chassis for it right here. That we're in disassembly area now. Where we're all starting to disassemble everything. This will be the little motor that's going in it.
Oh wow, that's kind of a big little motor right there.
Yeah, 547-inch, all aftermarket, but it's basically a reconstruction of the Boss 9.
You said it was a Mercury, so how is it a Mercury pickup truck?
So Mercury, because it's a Canada car, it's out of Canada. So in Canada, they made Mercury pickup trucks. So we're doing this as a Amish with the Boss for Mustang. It's a Roadster Shop chassis, overdrive transmission from Hughes Performance. It's all on airbags and all that. So when we get into the body shop, I can show you we're doing the body and paint work. We'll do all the powder coating, then it'll all get reassembled back over there in the assemblies area.
How long does a project like this take?
This one, everyone's a little different. As quickly as a year, up to 3 years, somewhere in there. I mean, so if there's a lot of fabrication and a lot of customizing, that's where it runs into longer. It could take up to 4 or 5 years, but 3 years is long enough. I try to get them done within 3 years.
Yeah, as much as you can, huh?
Exactly. So out back here, we have tire machines and balances and some shears and brakes and different stuff. So we try to do everything in-house. The only thing we really don't do is upholstery work. So we send that out.
Yeah, wow.
Paint shop. Matter of fact, this is the truck that's on the truck in Classic Truck magazine right now. It just made the cover today.
Wow, I just saw it on that cover.
Exactly.
December 25.
Yeah.
That is
so that
gorgeous.
Was a C10 that we did finished up last year.
Wow.
And we're getting ready to take it to Dino's Get Down. That's coming up in a couple weeks.
This trifold bed is just so trick. Man. Whose idea was it to run the bed floor like this?
That was mine. I was trying to think of something different to do and make. And I was laying in bed one night, and then I got up to go to the restroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I saw the closet doors that trifolded in my bedroom, and I'm like, why can't we do that in the back of the truck? Because it's hard to come up with something different and still looks cool and functional and doesn't stick above the bed rails and all that. So I came up with this, and this is all a lot of work. All those panels are all custom made.
What is this material?
So the material that you see inside the glass is actually, it's honeycomb that you find in aircraft. So it's standard in between the two outer panels of aircraft. So it's super light, and then we just made the framework and the glass work, and then made it all electric hinges and all that, so we can open it and close it to access the batteries and some of the other stuff on the truck.
Wow, so it's all articulated with a push of a button.
Yes, yes. It's got a blown LT4 in it, a Roadster Shop chassis, Hughes transmission, and all the grill work and so many parts and pieces are all one-off, handmade.
Yes, and if you look at the cover, you'll see something light up, I think, on the front. That's
Yes.
pretty cool.
So this is our paint area, all of our mixing machines. We keep everything logged, and so we have to repair something down the road, we can. And we'll get to this fine Lincoln Zephyr here in a minute.
Yeah, we won't forget.
And then in the body shop is this here. So here's the actual truck, the cab, the bed, some doors that we're working on, and then here's a 69 Pro Touring Camaro we're doing. And then also another sheet metal work on the old pickup truck there, another Chevy C10 that's coming up.
Wow, yeah, there's our bump side right there.
Yep.
So I know JB brought this Zephyr in for a little bit of last tuning.
Yeah, 39 Lincoln Zephyr V12 car with the Columbia 2-speed overdrive. Beautiful car. If you don't know anything about these cars, they're phenomenally wonderful cars and pretty rare. It's hard to even come by to have one or be involved in one. This is probably the third or fourth one I've had here in my shop. We built 2 of them, fortunate enough to do that. And this one just came in for some linkage stuff and some adjustments. It has this three-deuce setup, and it was a progressive linkage that was set up a little tweaking here and there. So we've been tweaking it, getting it dialed in and getting it running correctly. And they had it so that all 3 are opening at the same time. That's not how you want to do it. So you want to have it so that when you give it gas from the inside, it opens up one and then eventually opens up the other 2 carburetors in and outer. So they're not all opening at the one time and all that. So
what happens for the engine, from the engine's point of view, when you dump them all open at once?
It's just getting drowned. So you just basically turn the garden hose on and just dumping all the fuel in it with all 3 of them. It's where the car runs off of this, the center carburetor, and then the other carburetors come in under power. So that's kind of how it works. Yeah. And it's just a little tweaking, stuff that we see all the time, but a beautiful example of a 39 Lincoln Zephyr that you don't see too many of them.
No, you don't. You've already taken it for a test drive. What does it drive like? How do you
it drives like Miss Daisy, but you know, that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean,
right.
You know, they go down the street, since it has the V12 and the overdrive, it really is a nice running and driving car. But it's, you know, it just floats along. It's not a, you know, it's just a classic cruising car to just enjoy. It's a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate enough to even be able to work on these cars, since there's not a lot of these out here. You know, there's just not a lot of them.
Yeah.
So it's an honor that JB would even bring it to me and trusting us to work on it and hopefully fix it.
So how long have you been doing this? How long have you been working?
This was my 25th year that I've been building cars for myself under my company. But I've been doing it. I built my first car, I was 15. I'm 55 now. So somebody out there that can do math could figure that out. But a long time. And I've always been around older cars, new cars and all that. I've done Bonneville racing, drag racing. I've done a lot of racing in my back history, plus building cars. And I've known JB for years and years, and he appreciates me and I appreciate him. So it's a great relationship.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no,
yeah. Do you have a project car going to any shows this winter?
We'll be at the Grand National Roadster Show for the Sloniger, not this year, the following year, with the Mercury pickup truck and the 69 Camaro Pro Touring. We finished up some other cars that aren't here. We're trying to finish up the 33. Believe it or not, we have the 18 van that we just finished up that's at the alignment shop getting alignment. We did that for a guy out of Germany. 29 Roadster on 32 rails. That was in the Modern Rodding's last publication last month. So that we just finished that up for a guy out of Washington. A lot going on. Just a lot going on. It's hard sometimes to keep up with it all.
I'm sure.
But we're always looking for more work. You know, you don't stay in business without work.
Well, you have to keep moving through. That's the whole point.
And I do have a website. It's www.hotrodsbydean.com. You can go on there and see all the builds. They're all posted there in our galleries and all that.
Pack a lunch. You're going to need
there's a lot of stuff to look at there. A lot of years of cars.
Now, we kind of glazed over this Corvette. Can you tell me the story on that?
So that's a story that it's actually a build-up we're doing with Modern Rodding.
Okay.
So it's original mile car that was brought to us. We did all Detroit speed, front and rear suspension, and all the chassis work. Okay. Just going through it bumper to bumper. It'll be black interior, white exterior, individual coil, fuel injected, small block Chevy. It makes about 400 horsepower, so it'll be more than fun, but it's been a story through Modern Rodding as we go along, build it on through the magazine. So it's been fun. That's how we figure out tire placement and all that stuff.
Figure out your...
No, you put the tire here, the tire would sit there and it sits in the hoop, and then you could set off all the size you want, offsets, all that before you actually buy wheels and all that. Yes, mock it up in that, yes. They make a lot of different ones out there. That one's a little cumbersome, but the good thing is you can actually put it on, spin it. It actually holds the tire on.
lets you see what a tire would look like under
Yes.
certain circumstances.
Yep. And then you can swing the suspension and make sure it clears everything.
Yeah,
and
so you can check
okay.
clearances.
clearances and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Totally makes sense.
yeah.
So you said original mile car, was this a low mileage?
It was a low mile car. It only had like 30,000 original mile cars, and it was owned from a guy that worked at the GM Proving Grounds here in Mesa. And he drove it from his house across the street to the Proving Grounds because he lived across the street his whole life. And then we acquired the car, and then we've been working on it ever since. So
And is there a story for this Chevelle sitting here?
this is my personal car that I've been putting together slowly but surely. But 69 Chevelle, it's all on airbags on this one. I normally don't do airbags, but I am doing airbags on this one. Has a little motor, a 632 big block, makes about 900 horsepower. I like horsepower, so that's
You happen to like horsepower?
yeah, I love horsepower.
Oh,
You know, when you got
wow.
enough horsepower,
Once you-
never do.
Once you have horsepower, you want more horsepower. It's really simple.
Pump gas?
Well, race gas, we'll probably run 110 in
gas?
this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's so simple.
Yeah, it's a 632 big block. It'll be painted all orange. The valve covers won't look like that. It'll have all orange. I'm making it look like a factory big block
Okay.
it'll be an all black car with a white stripe on it, and it'll be hammered on the ground. So
Okay.
just like my other two cars I have a lot of cars, but like the 55 Gasser, I built that in my backyard several years ago.
Okay.
And then my 32 sedan with the Boss 9 in it, that's been a 20-year project, so don't get in a hurry. And when you get home working on cars all day, it's kind of hard to work on your own cars.
Sure. Now, what's happening with this Mustang?
So yeah, the guy called me from California, was sitting in storage, and he thought it was just a Mustang and wanted to do some upgrades and suspension component swaps and all that. Because it was just an old Mustang, and then when it showed up at my door, it's actually a real Shelby car. So
he did not know that.
He did not know. So we educated him as well. That's what we do here as well. So we educated him and said, you don't want to be doing that to this car. This is one of 6 in this color combination.
Really?
And I'm like, we will restore this car, but we will not butcher this car. If you want to butcher a car, we'll go out and find another one, and that's what we'll do, and we'll sell this. So he decided to go ahead and restore this one, and then we're going to build another car. These are hard to come by.
What's the factory interior color?
Black.
It is black.
Black and white. Yeah, black and white. For the people that don't know about these cars, this is one thing that I love about these cars is just this, the exhaust manifold for the rear. This is where your exhaust exits.
I mean, that's a factory piece?
Yeah, this is a factory exhaust tip
Fortune to cast that.
Wow.
that the exhaust
And they
goes
probably made
into.
6 of them.
And it sits right out back out of the van. So
Right.
that's where it would sit. So, there's no sense of taking a car like this and making it something it's not. You can go get any Mustang to do that. So, and then we get a great customer out of it, and a lifelong friend who appreciates what we're doing and keeping cars around that should be,
Yeah, right.
And then a lot of these cars, it's like, where do you put the gas tank? You put them in the back where you can't access them and all that. So in this one, we just did it.
Oh, for those who don't know, we're going to
Yeah.
show some pictures, some of the covers you've been on. But Dean, you are, you're legendary.
Well, they let me do what they let me do, and I appreciate it. So it's a lot of fun.
Well,
Building hot rods and living people's dreams and building people's stuff for people is just a wonderful place to be.
wow. That's just crazy.
Yeah,
Where'd you get the color?
custom made. A lot of these
who come up with it?
I did. Well, and the customer, he wanted darker, so we kept working the color, working
It's
the
like a
color.
black cherry color or
Yeah.
something.
You bring that out in the sun?
Oh, it
Yeah,
changes.
black,
Yeah, it looks 100% different in the outside in the sun.
Wow, yeah.
It really pops. So it's
That is
Hard
so
to get
cool.
past red. Cars are born to be red. Some of them. Isn't that clean? Isn't that gorgeous?
Okay,
No, this has
Dean.
been dropped. The top's been dropped.
yeah. We took 2.5 inches out of that, and chopped it.
You can't imagine how difficult that is.
And there's a lot of work in these cars because this is all original steel cars, not glass. So
Yeah.
to put it back into this shape and fix
you think
all the
about
panels,
all those compound
yeah.
curves.
Well, I showed you that chop job.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Takes a master metalsmith.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and then actually have everything fit back the way it's supposed to around the windshield. And
Oh, I mean, it's so slick. And then the windshield has to not only fit, it has to fit good enough to open.
yeah, and we prefer to keep the wood in all the cars. So like this one has all the wood. It's all chopped.
Oh,
all the
really?
wood's all put back in it. We do fancy stuff like the rear brace for the door jams. So we remake braces and support hoops to tie all that together so the things aren't moving around on you once the car's done. So just a lot of extra stuff to make the car a lot better.
Right.
And then you got to figure out how to stop certain things from happening.
Exactly.
Wow, that is fantastic. Dean, thank you so much for giving us a quick tour.
Yes.
Maybe we'll come back.
Yes.
Maybe we'll come back sometime.
Please do.
and
We're always
follow.
here, even when we don't want to be.
Yeah. Well, it might be fun to follow a couple of these projects.
Well, we'd love to.
along.
We'd love to have it back when we get closer to the Mercury and all that stuff.
Absolutely.